Hi everyone, it's an Okec. So today we're going to be having a very big plan, and it's very simple. We're trying to make decisions on how to organize the automation school. Over the time, it has been one of the biggest challenge for me, which I've never been able to say out or communicate. And this challenge is basically that I love teaching. It's something I have a passion for. But then usually when it has to be so serious or be in a way that is very organized, I tend to flip up. So for instance, I can be making free courses teaching you normal things casually. But say I want to like now make a course, like a full course, a proper course on that particular topic where people would have to pay. Most times I'm not able to really be there, as a lecturer for my students. And this has really caused me lots of issues in the past. On this night, I'm going to be having a deep meeting with not just my students, but my teammates, as the people on this particular Google Meet will help me to build a foundation in which we're going to create one of the best workflow for anybody who intends to be a student on any of our classes or services. So for context, what we initially gathered here for was the okecbot automation class. We've been able to create the okecbot. It's been beautiful. I've been getting beautiful results. Some people have been getting beautiful results, but there's still lots of people who will still have the same okecbot, but they can't actually even use it very well. So some people are able to figure things out. They were fast learners. They hopped on every update I made. And some other people gave up halfway. Some other people don't even really know where to start from, what materials, because there's no table of contents, there is no workflow, there is no start to finish, there is no proper documentation or playlist that can make anybody just understand. So on this particular Google meeting this night, we're going to discuss because they've been in the class for some time, and they've not even been able to really fully understand. Most of them have been, most of them had issues, and now because I wasn't properly available at the time, we'll keep on having meetings that we postponed, and it seems like we're just there for months and days are going. I have not achieved anything. This night, we intend to fix all that. And back into the meeting, we're going to be talking about how to make the Okecbot Automation School one in which anybody at all can jump into this class and learn and start from starter and become amateur and become pro and become so good that they can automate anything on any platform without getting banned or restricted. So this is Dan Okekova. I'm heading into the class now. Okay, good day, house. How you doing?
Good day, sir.
Fine, sir. Good day, sir.
Okay, perfect. So this is what we're going to be doing today. Um, we've all been to a school, and the school is quite very organized. So what we actually love most in the school is the fact that in a school everything is organized. We have the admin section, the HODs, the bursary, the registrars who practically know the VC, the disciplinary departments. Everything is organized. Now, if I would want to teach and make this particular class more lively, educational, more fruitful for both you and every other person that'll be coming in, I would need the help of the team to help me think of what would have done better. What, in fact, I'm going to start with asking questions. How do you think this would have been better? That if you had joined the class immediately, what do you think? Okay, what would have been? Were your expectations? What were you hoping that once you get into the class, it would have been like? So from there, we can all have different tones to say something. After which, we can now start talking about how we can organize this whole Okecbot automation class, in which virtually anybody that comes into it is getting something out of it. So let me start with the first question. I'm going to be asking Sonny. So Sonny, how would you have loved this whole class to be like? Like if I was to tell you, you should imagine how best it would be, what would that best scenario look like?
Good day, sir. Yeah,
Yes,
so
good day.
sir, my take on this would be if the lecturers would be continue if we will be getting continue lectures or the tutorials, that would be very helpful for the newcomers. And the people, the more the people wait, people tend to think, oh, maybe these all things will be like a shady or something, which is absolutely not true. So I personally think the more people could see the content or the class or whatever we call it, that would be very helpful for the people who just joined or people who will join in the future. Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I get you correctly, you have the opinion that if classes could be, conducted often, in which where anybody who just comes in is getting like a constant lectures, then it clears whatever worries they would have. Like in your opinion, according to you, if the class are not like constant, if it's not something that is consistent, I mean, one could even think maybe it's shady or it doesn't even work to start with.
Right, right, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. I'm going to keep that in mind. So the next person, Ayodele. So Ayodele, please, how would you have preferred that this class be? Like the okecbot class, I mean, we got into it, but it's not, it looks disorganized. So if it was organized, if it was something you would call perfect, what would it look like? I'm expecting to hear from you on your feedback.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity and the privilege. My own take on it is that I actually think maybe there will just be a video, like a video of setting up an account right from the beginning to the end, and there should be like someone that you just give them. Okay, once you have an issue after watching the video, because there's one thing I understand about all this thing. If you are ready to go into access loading or any other thing with Okec
Mm,
bots, you have to be committed. You can't just say you want to go into you want to use Okec bots without being committed yourself, having the have it in mind of okay, this thing I want to take it as my full-time job. So you have to have it in mind yourself, sit down, go through the step-by-step videos provided for you. After going through it, you have the understanding, you have everything, then set it up. If you have any other thing, the only thing I can just say is once such person is having any other maybe one or two issues, then you can just come up. Okay, it's fine. And there should be a very good customer services available or someone available to put them through at that moment, at that time, so that there won't be a situation whereby they'll be like, I paid for this course, I watched videos, I didn't have a chance, I didn't have someone to put me through after watching the video. I only paid for the course and so and be our people thinks. So I
mm,
think that will also help us because that's what mostly people do. They will just go around saying rubbish up and down after they know that they are not even committed with what they pay for.
mm. Okay. So now, what I've actually gotten to understand from you, it's in the part of commitment. When you
Yes,
made
sir.
mention of I mean it, although it's both ways, but now people would also want need to know that they would be committed, but then we
Sure.
would also need to commit. We would also need to commit to these people, as if anybody gets to use the software, they want to properly start automating things, and when it looks like they're so eager, they want to get into it, but now nobody's there to actually guide them through. Most times it gives room for worries. It gets frustrating because everybody bought the software for an aim, didn't buy it for fun.
Yes.
It was to get a particular task. So if you don't get that particular task resolved, then it means, I mean, it's almost useless to you. Even if it has all the features, if nobody is there, no customer support is there. I am of the opinion in the past that how about softwares like Microsoft, all those softwares? I mean, people just buy them and figure it out. But then later on, I told myself that I don't really think that was true. I think maybe at the beginning, Microsoft did lots of video tutorials because these people don't know how to use your app. They don't like
Yes.
app. It's not like fintech apps where you could just, if you log into a banking app right now, there's little or no learning curves. You see send, send is to send something. You see transaction history, you know what it means. Everything practically, there's a muscle memory. You've had similar wordings, maybe not the similar design, but maybe similar categories, so you know what something is, right? But when it came to things like Excel, things like Photoshop, I feel those companies must have spent heavily in training people that will even train people that will train people on how to use the software. So if the software becomes extremely easy to use, there are lots of video tutorials. Maybe I might actually stop doing tutorials. But for now that this is we touching the ground, then there have to be a lot of tutorials. So when you talk about commitment and recording these videos and having people who would teach people, initially I used to tell myself, like I just explained, about how, oh, companies like Google, do they bother, right? Not until I started trying to learn something on Google of recent. And when I went to the official Google page, I couldn't believe that Google has a team that all they do is to teach the latest technology around Google. So now Ayo has said almost something as Sonny, talking about how we would have to make these videos and make it consistently and make it easy and make sure these people are being guided because they didn't buy this for fun. Now let's not talk about the different departments that we think we need, because I feel the other day, like I think somebody was making a complaint. I feel so embarrassed now because I miss my appointment. I miss my appointment today. It's so painful. It just came into my head. So back to what I was trying to say. He was using the Okec bots, right? So but then we had a pause. We had to do the version 5.5. So his account got expired. And it also got expired, and other people in the class also got expired. And then I wasn't available for like close to 2 days. I had like personal things to resolve. I had like my own personal life and things to do. But now, because there was no proper department, no proper team, no proper section, it felt like everything revolved around me. So because of that, I wasn't online. Now, these people had one class with me, and they were eager to practice what they had learned. They wanted to like try out the things they had learned. Please hold on. Come again. Okay. Uh, So these people were like eager to practice what they had learned, but they didn't have access, and their API key needed to be granted access. And now I was the only person who could grant them access because I think I was working on something on the back end to have like a admin, which is employee section, where customer support could, approve somebody. But I didn't finish that schematics. I left it halfway and then I went into something else. So and I said, oh, that's true. That's true. Somebody needs to be able to approve these people, activate them. So then I told myself, okay, you know what? I'm going to have lots of teams. I've never really had a proper team planning on the Okec bots, although I sketched something which I'll be sharing. But what I want this call to be all about is for every one of you to help me organize it so it looks like a proper school. So before I proceed, let me quickly share something I drafted out.
Okay.
I think this was over. This
Yeah.
was
Yes.
over
So I want to
over
say something.
December. Yes, go on, please.
Concerning my own part, I will first of all start saying that we have 7 days in a week, and I believe once if if 7 of us on this group are able to uh, know the whole breakdown on in terms of this automation and guiding people on how to make use of the okbot, it's going to be very easy, and easy in such a way is that if we're able to have a common culture from day one, what I mean from Monday to Sunday, do you understand? We make arrangements based on whenever a new student comes, what on which day will the person come and what the person have to meet. Then now, breaking it down small is now having a pair, as in like groups. Like now, we know that many students may come. Anyone that comes on Monday, we should have something to do on that Monday that we consign the main group leaders if it is by group. So now with that now, a student will not be a new student will not be feeling left aside because he joined something, even if what he joins is not actually doing the main automation for the main day, but he have to cover a particular how will I say, a particular part in the whole process. Now, if we should 7 of us or 8 of us or 6 of us that is the main people that started this whole thing, should be well grounded on how everything goes. We choose the days in which we will do general like more talks on how the automation goes. Everybody will bring his own challenges, even without you not being present. Even without you not being present. So we'll be able to reach a particular goal. And even if a student should join that day, the person will be able to understand what is about to face, what is going on, and how best he or she will learn. And after that joining that day, the person should be assigned to a particular group leader. Do you understand? So if the person should be assigned to a particular group leader, and that is when we talk about group strategy or parent strategy. Now, uh, building activities, building activities in together as a group leaders, we come and build how our activity is going to be along the week. Do you understand? Then we spread it among those of our of our students achieving a particular goal, because once we're able to achieve a particular thing together, we'll be able to spread it separately. And the time in which we have these meetings, she understand, should be well organized. That today, even if we are not online, boss, you will know that today we are doing a general check on how the automation is going through. Do you understand? Then tomorrow should be about, if there are new students, what and what do they have to learn. Now, learning it is based on the group leaders. It's no more in general talk. The group leaders will always have the day that they will talk, the day that they will exchange experiences of what have been going on. Do you understand? And the best way, before we then have a meeting with you, depending on when you have time. So with this, that aspect of not having much time online will be sorted out by the group leaders, making it very easy for new students to adapt, because any new student will be eager to ask questions. He can be asking the group leaders, the group that he or she is, directly. Why not disturbing you? Then why we solve the problem separately? So now, and after that one, we then have what we call share goals. Okay, although even in the share goals, it's still the same thing, because everybody will get instructions from you on how everything goes. Then why we spread it among the new students, depending on whosoever that is new or not new. Even if nobody is new, they understand. The ones that are there, that are the old students, will be able to say their experience, say what and what have they been able to achieve, and what are the challenges that they are facing. So with that, we will not really be after only when you're online. So anytime when you online is now calling us, just 6 of us, because the more students enter, new students enter, you yourself have to start repeating what you have said before, of which we're supposed to tackle those ones separately, without not even much day. Because any new student that enters any new day that we are doing meeting, do you understand? The students just have to keep quiet and learn. After learning, after understanding what is going on, then have to be assigned to a leader that will carry the person along. So with that, you don't have much time to keep. Sorry, somebody's at my gate. Let me go and open it. So we don't have much time to keep up with you repeating the whole process, because this process concerning Okebot, it is only the new features It is only when there is new features that is when things that you say always try to add. I beg no verse. I don't know. Try to add more things to it. So, and a student that is coming that have watched something online may not be able to tackle it easily if not being cleared by the group leader. So, anything that the person is seeing on that first day should just be well understood. Even if the person don't understand, will then be able to ask questions with their own group. So, having a team inside this team will be able to sort out this issue of not being online every time, because you do research, you're always busy every time, but we'll be able to sort out all those ones. So that is just the small breakdown. Me and myself, I'm just seeing that that's how we're supposed to do it, so that anytime you have chance, it will then be us directly that you have meeting with to sort out some things while we spread other news separately. So that's just what I just have to say. Don't know whether I really cleared some things. I just said it as a day for my mind.
No, you didn't just clear some things. You cleared almost everything in a single goal, and it's perfect. However, I think you have a visitor, and it's like 11 p.m. So because of the way the meeting is going to go, I think I would like us to talk about it on in depth tomorrow. So, firstly, what is your timeline like tomorrow during the day? Let's say precisely around 10 a.m. 10 a.m. to 10:45 a.m.
Okay, so me, I'm free. Oh. I'm not doing anything now. I told you the other time I was just writing posts all this while arranging my website. That is it, sir.
Okay. Okay. How about the IO?
I'm free, Ogami. Boss, I'm free.
Okay. Okay. So
Mm.
how we're gonna do it tomorrow is from what he has said right now. I think there were a couple of things I came to understand. The first one, I don't have to keep repeating myself, which I think to an
Yes,
extent, yes, which I
yes,
think to an
yes.
extent it fights my creativity,
And
right? And then
progress.
Much.
yes, and progress, because I should be on certain place that really matters. And most of these things, like older students who has used it can even teach newer students, which is even more better. If a new student now is being tutored by some other person, and the person is showing them the progress they've made, it makes it far more better for them to understand. If then
Yes.
any
Sure.
day I come in again to now teach, it's not even an icing to the cake, as opposed to me always just being there. So now, in order for this to implement, we need to first of all come up with study times, right? Within the day, when would we be having these meetings? What time? We need to also do a curriculum. Now, this curriculum as well will be handled by different group managers. So we'll set this whole thing into groups. I've not thought about what the groups is going to be like, but now this is part of the discussion I would want us to discuss. Meanwhile, I would take this night a bit to relax a bit, but then as early as possible this morning, I will start thinking about what the groups would look like. In the past, I tried to draw something that looks like the teams and the people would need to form Okec, but that aside, for people who would finally get the software and how we can walk these people from, oh, I'm just learning, to, oh, now I know how this is working. There have to be lots of teams, like lots of group, maybe a group member for something or a group member for another thing. So it's something I will sleep over this night. But by 10 a.m. tomorrow, I'll try to be punctual, which is what I've decided to start doing now. I've decided to start making sure I am very active here. My problem, I think, before now is that I research a lot, like some to say that's true. I think I'm so addicted to
Sure.
it.
Yes.
Yes, I
Which
think I think I'll I
Yeah.
think I'll probably resign soon. The moment this company is good, I might likely resign, because I think I just want to spend time to keep learning. That there are different trends coming in, there are different AI, there are different planning to do, and I think of recent I had like lots of personal things coming in as well. So, but it's still something that if I channel those distractions, I call them distractions now, because I think these things now needs to be put on a priority. If we come up with this curriculum, we come up with these groups, come up with this structure, then it's beautiful. Nobody gets to feel anyway. Because
yes.
if I'm not available now, let's say I have like 1 week, maybe something personal 1 week happened to me. and then somebody paid for, except the person knows me in person. If someone that doesn't know me or more, he's not thinking maybe they've Nigeria has happened to. I'm sorry to use the word Nigeria has happened to him, but
No,
imagine
it's
I think something has. Yes, so I would not want to give anybody that kind of misleading impression. So by 10 a.m. tomorrow, we would have a call again, and we'll continue from where we stopped today.
okay, sir.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Sonny, thank you so much as well. You're the first person that Sonny, one of these days I'll take time to tell you guys, Sonny is one of my oldest students. I'm not talking about this year or last day. So I've known Sonny for like a very long time. So I'm actually happy to see every one of you here. We'll continue our meeting
Same.
tomorrow.
Okay,
Yes,
Okay,
thank
sir.
you everyone. Take care. Yeah.
No problem, sir.
Goodbye, sir.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, sir.